night. We meet here every Monday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I'd like to take this moment to tell you that we are involved in two incredible programs that were designed by David Rosen. He's here with us tonight to speak to you himself about the programs. First half hour, we'd be talking about 50-50 crowdfunding, and then we'll go into our regular meeting at 9 o'clock for co-op crowdfund. We're very excited about both of these programs and glad to be able to bring the opportunities to you. All here to make money, and David Rosen is the man who knows how to make money. So I'm going to turn it over to our host, Earl Dixon, and then he can share some of his enlightenment with us, and then we'll get on from there.
Awesome.
Earl,
Thank you for that. Thank you for that introduction, Ms. Sheryl. I really appreciate that. Guys, tonight I am really, let's see, hold on. I am really excited about this program. Somehow I lost my screen, but don't worry, I'll be right back with you. There you go. I'm really excited about this program. I'm really excited. Okay, let me start this way. So, we put together this network of people, and this network of people is people, like-minded people who are really coming to the internet marketing space to make money online, and Forbes magazine says that within the next 5 years, 79 million, 79 million people are coming with or without us to the internet marketing space, shopping for a home-based business. And it's gonna happen. And right now, statistically speaking, every 30 seconds, a new home-based business is happening online. And very soon it's gonna be every 30 seconds, 100 home-based businesses are happening online. It's gonna happen. So I'm just proud to be here because I've been in this space for quite some time. And normally, and I teach people and I train people that when you're in this space, it's something that you're looking for. It's called a vehicle, right? And let me go back to this screen share. Ms. Sheryl is showing her screen. Hold on.
Yep.
Okay, there you go. This is what Forbes magazine say. All right, they say 79 million people are going to open a home-based business in the next 5 years. That's Forbes magazine. Okay, and it's gone.
Let me just correct that, Earl.
Yeah.
Because that home-based business, that doesn't include like network marketing and stuff, because there's close to 1 billion people already that are in this space.
Wow.
Right? When you look at it worldwide, there's close to 1 billion people. So that's 79 million people. I think they must just be talking about the state of New York or something. Right?
Hey, look, I'll take that, especially if half of them join our program.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that have business. We're closing in on 1 billion people. When you take into consideration the fact that now territories like China, India, Russia's been in the space now for like 10 years. When you take into consideration all those spaces, there's close to 1 billion people that are in one form of a home-based business or another. So that Forbes article is dated, and or it's just talking about people that maybe it's just talking about people that are putting up Kool-Aid stands or something.
Well, that's exciting information. That's exciting information, guys. Because listen, I was a computer engineer for 15 years, and I wrote a lot of softwares, debugged a lot of programs, and I really believe in making money online. Okay, and when you're in search of making money online, it's two things that you gotta have. Can y'all hear me real well, or am I breaking up?
Yeah, no, we can hear you.
We hear you very well.
Okay, hold on one second.
Yes, he comes on every now and then.
All right, I'm gonna mute everybody except David for right now. All right. I'm hearing a lot of noise though. Where's that noise coming from? Okay, some noise went away. Okay, so I'm gonna mute you there. So there are two things that you're looking for online when you come to this space. Number one, you're looking for a vehicle. Okay, And when you're looking for that vehicle should provide 4 freedoms. Mindset freedom is number 1. Okay, and that's that you can actually say no to that job or that space and feel confidence that if you don't want to get up and go to work, you don't have to go because the system will deliver. Okay, your desire, the system. That's number 1. Mindset freedom. Location freedom. Location freedom means that you'll be able to operate that vehicle from anywhere around the world, okay, whether it's from your cell phone or your laptop. Okay, time freedom. So many people get up every single morning and have to leave the homes that they pay so much, spend so much of their life paying for. They have to leave them, and a lot of people come back to that home and spend less than 1 quality hour a day with their kids because they're in that reoccurring cycle over and over again. So when it provides time freedom, the vehicle, you have to consider these things. And the last thing is financial freedom. So when you find a vehicle that will finance your lifestyle, not mine, okay, then all the thing you need is an operating strategy, the engine to make that baby move. Okay, so here with our group, our team, our network, Teamelite, Power Team, we have the vehicle. We found the vehicle. Okay, and we also have an operating strategy, which is the engine that can make this baby move. And all we need you to do is to jump into it and take this ride. Now, tonight we have a gentleman who I got a lot of respect for, and I'm just going to tell this story. Look, I'm just going to tell you the story. I heard about Mr. Rosen. They had a program. He had a float program, and we wanted to check that program out. So all of the team came together. We took a look at that first program. We liked it. He was very transparent. He came, met with us. He showed us the vehicle. Okay, and he told us everything that the first program would do. And everything he told us it would do, it did just that. So a lot of people come into this space looking for the vehicle, and they've been searching a lifetime, and have not found it. Well, he delivered the first one. Okay, and now he went back and he pulled his surprise out, and he brought his surprise, his baby. I'm gonna call it his baby. Okay, all right. Here's a gentleman that has been through some struggles in life. All right. Had his ups and his downs. He was even homeless. I did a Facebook Live the other day. I said he's a well-kept secret. And I asked him, how could this gentleman right here who brought the very first loyalty program for credit card to the credit card system industry, how could be such a well-kept secret? Well, he's here. And tonight, I'm going to introduce this gentleman, okay, who was broken, who fell a couple of times, wiped himself off, got up, never gave up, only had $8 in his pocket, and he rose to his, he is risen. He's risen to the challenge, and now he's a multi-millionaire. And guys, let me say this before I introduce him, before I go in further. Guys, I believe that God uses people to bless people. So tonight I want to introduce to you Mr. Rosen himself to tell us a little bit about what we have, and then we're going to show you a video, and we'll take questions and answer some questions for you. Okay.
Great. Thank you, Earl. And by the way, you know, I've known Earl for a little while as well. And one thing that I know to be certain is that people do what the leader does. So if you have a bad leader, then the people that person is introduced are going to have a bad opportunity. The system might work, but if you're following that leader, then it's not going to work out too well. If you have a great leader like Earl and you follow what he suggests that you should do, then you're going to get great results. So consider yourself fortunate to have Earl as your leader, have Earl as the person that is taking you to the promised land. We've never heard that before, right? Taking you to the promised land, because he will do exactly what he says he will do. And Earl made a point about something which may be the most important point of everything that he said. He said that when he looked at the first system that he introduced you guys to, which is Co-op Crowdfund, and he looked at it and he did what was suggested, when he did what was suggested, he got the results that were stipulated on the system, on the page. And when you look at the new system and it says do 1, 2, 3, if you do 1, 2, 3, you're going to get those same results. So the systems that I put together, I put them together for the 95% of the people that can't, right? Because 95% of the people that enter into this arena, now we are not MLM, but 95% of the people that enter into the MLM arena, they fail. And the reason why there's a whole bunch of reasons why they fail. So we're not going to get into all the reasons why they fail. But what I will tell you is that I created these systems so that it can have, so that the 95% of the people that could not do the other systems can do this. So if we create a system that has a 95% success rate, we're going to have a pretty awesome system. And everything that I do, excuse me, and every thought that I have in putting into the system, I say, okay, if I put that into the system, will people use and share it? Because I know if I put together a system that people want to use and share, they're going to use and share it. So I put it into the system based on whether you would do it, not based on whether I would do it. So we've got really 2 awesome systems. Both systems are 3 steps. Register, make a donation. Help 2 in one system, help 3 in the other system. Teach duplication, that's it. Then you get rich, right? So, and by the way, it's not a get rich overnight system. So I don't want you to be sitting there thinking, okay, well, if I join and I do those 2 steps, all of a sudden tomorrow, you know, I'm going out and getting that mansion and those 3 new cars that I've always wanted. No, it's not going to work like that. But one thing that is 100% certain, if you do those 3 steps, you will be in profit. So without further ado, because I can talk all night, Earl will tell you, actually, and Sheryl and I, you know, she makes a mistake of calling me every now and then she's on the phone with me for an hour. So I'm not going to do a lot of talking, but Earl, why don't you show the video that we showed a couple of days ago on 50/50, and we'll stop it at certain points, because that video really does a great job in explaining how the system works. And from there, then I'll explain Co-op Crowdfund, quickly explain Co-op Crowdfund, and we'll go from there.
All right. Give me just a minute to pull it up. Right. And while I'm doing it, because it's gonna take me just a second, I got it on hold. Okay. So, Ms. Sheryl, are you still there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Do you have the access to that video right quick?
Mm-hmm. Okay,
go ahead. I'm gonna let you screen share if you would. And you stop it along the way when David tells us.
I see you added a few things to it. I like that.
Watch this and turn $150 into $450.
Let me get it over.
Yeah, before you go into it,
right?
Yeah. You got it.
All right. Let's see.
Okay. Go ahead.
Multiple times a day, using a proven system that has been helping people all around the world for over 15 years. Welcome to 50/50 crowdfunding, where you always get half.
Stop it right there.
All right. So the reason why it says 15 years, because this is an improvement over the original system. The original system I set up in 2002, and that system has helped almost 1 million people worldwide, to the tune of almost $1 billion. What you're seeing here is an improvement over that system. This system we're just releasing right now. I did a false release in probably February of this year, but we really didn't do anything because I was focusing on 50/50. But yeah, so just so that there's no confusion, 50/50 is brand new. But the system that we are using, System G, which is something I created with the Mobius loop, that's been going on since 2002. Thank you,
awesome.
Sheryl. Wake your dreams up in just 3 doable steps. Step 1, register and make a donation of $150 US. Your donation is split 50-50 to help 2 friends. Step 2, invite.
Wouldn't mind. So 50-50 part, you've never seen anything like what you're about to see here, because there's no other system in the world that provides a donation on all 6 positions. So here's the important part about that 50-50. As you see there, it says invite 2 friends. But in reality, you can invite 20. You can invite 2,000. You can invite the whole world. And all of the people that you invite, you will get 50%. Even though there's only 6 positions there, when those 6 positions fill up, another one's going to open up, as you see. So you can invite as many people as you like, and you will always get half. That's why it's called 50-50. Go ahead. Thank you, Sheryl.
2 friends to make a donation of $150 each. You are now even. Step 3, help your 2 friends invite 2 friends each to make a donation. That completes your first wheelhouse, and you've received 6 donations totaling $450. Now the magic happens. Your wheelhouse closes and you are automatically re-entered into an open wheelhouse, ready to receive another $450 without any extra effort. No boards, no splits, and you always remain with your team, and your team remains with you.
So this is another really important point. Generally, when you see a matrix, whether it's a 2x2 or a 2x3, what happens when that fills up, half your team goes this way, half your team goes this way, now you're separated from your team. As you can see there, it says no boards and no splits. You always remain with your team. So that's really important to understand. You see that closed wheelhouse there, you'll be able to see that on all times in your closed matrices. It doesn't split, it still remains the same. So all those people remain there with that team. Now watch what happens as the people that you originally invited, as they start duplicating. Now remember, there's no extra effort to receive what you're about to see next. Go ahead, Sheryl, thank you.
That's because of our super technologies, the Follow Me Matrix and the Mobius Loop. Watch what happens now. As your original 2 friends complete their matrices, they follow you, giving you 2 more donations. And when their friends each complete their matrices, they follow them, and you receive 4 more donations, bringing your total to 450 without any extra effort.
All right, let's just stop right there. So hopefully everyone understood exactly what happened there. On the first matrix that you see over there on your left-hand side, you invited 1 and 2. 1 and 2 invited 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now you open a brand new matrix, because that's what happens. It automatically opens a brand new. Now 3, 4, 5, and 6, they go out and invite 2 people each. That completes 1 and 2's matrix. They automatically come over into your new matrix. You didn't re-invite them. They didn't invite new people, but you now received 2 more donations because of the Follow Me system and the Mobius loop. Now, when those 2 people go and get their 2 people, that causes, when those 8 people go and get their 2 people, that causes 3, 4, 5, and 6 to also move over. Now, again, you're receiving 4 more donations without any extra effort whatsoever. Now, let me tell you the secret about this Mobius loop and this super technology. If you were to invite 2 people in the next 2 days, and those 2 people invited 2 people in the next 2 days, and that process continued without any extra effort on your part, you would cycle every 4 days from now until forever. Every 4 days you would cycle, because of those original 2 people duplicating what you did and then them following suit. That is because of the super technology, which is the Mobius loop. And the reason why I can say this with complete confidence, will continue to cycle every day from now until forever, is because the top position is no different than the rest of the people that are in the matrix. In some businesses, the top position keeps that top position and starts a brand new matrix and just keeps receiving donations. In 50-50, that top position cycles back in under the weakest link, bringing the entire team back in under itself. So this Mobius loop not only works for your team, this Mobius loop also works for this. So there is no saturation point, and we can keep cycling from now until forever. Now, will that happen? No, probably not, because there's always a slowdown, but it is theoretically possible.
Awesome. So did you talk about splitting boards, not splitting and stuff like that?
I kind of talked about it, you know, in other systems, when your matrix fills, it splits, one half goes this way, one half goes that way, and then that side fills up, and then it splits again, and you get farther and farther from your team. As you can see by these two matrices here, your exact people came right back in under you. They won't always fall in the number 1 spot or the number 2 spot, but every single person that you invite, let's say that I invite Sheryl and I invite Earl. And let's say that Earl, in this particular case, he only invites 2 people. But Sheryl, on the other hand, she is a super stud. She goes out and she invites 1,000 people. Sheryl will keep cycling back in under me over and over again, causing me to receive multiple donations over and over again. It will also help Earl. So even if you find 2 people that are superstars, and you only find 2 people, you can keep cycling from now until forever. So it's a really awesome system.
Awesome.
Thank you, Sheryl.
Completes another wheelhouse. And guess what happens next? Yep, another wheelhouse opens for you to receive another 450. Here's the best part. You can invite as many friends as you like, and you will always get half. And the more friends invite friends, the more donations. Imagine 450 multiple times a day. That's what happens in 50-50. Join us now and become a part of the fastest growing crowdfunding cooperative in the world. Get the donor key of your inviter and register at 5050fast.com. Join us now and let 50-50 wake your dreams up.
Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome.
While we're here and before you go, whoops, let me get rid of that. Let's go on to the next. Okay, while we're still on my slide, David, I borrowed from your presentation, and I created this pages for our team members to use to share.
Slide up and down so I can see the whole page.
Okay, whoops, let me get the pictures of you guys out of my way here. Okay, this is the top. And then we have the video for them to watch.
Yeah, awesome.
So it goes all the way down to explain everything,
Awesome.
all of the steps, all the way through. And whoops, pop back up. At the bottom,
Yeah.
I put my little graphic. I had to add my own little touches. This little graphic, yeah, to explain this little GIF, David.
Well, that's the Mobius loop. That's what a Mobius loop is. It wasn't a word that I just made up. As you see, those ants will keep going around in that circle forever without stopping, because it's an inverted twist on the number 8. And that's what the Mobius loop does. That's why I say you can from now until forever with no end, because that's exactly what the Mobius loop does. So that's really, really awesome. That's super cool, and it explains what the Mobius loop does very, very well. And you know, something that's really cool, Sheryl, is because you got everything on this page, when a person clicks through to 50-50, you just have to have them click directly through to the registration page, because they don't have to go through the whole site and click on join now. Just put your registration page right on there, like the click through, so that it clicks through to the registration page.
Yeah,
Wow.
but this is for each the team members to, when they send it out, they would give their registration link.
Right. Okay.
So
Yeah.
we don't want people to register, you know, we don't want this to go under one person. We want all the team members to use this page to share the information.
Now, let me ask you something. So why are you creating that page though? Because it's the exact same information that's on 50.
Because it has that video on there that you're on the regular 50/50 page doesn't have that video on it. Are you going to put it on there?
Yeah, I'll put the regular I'll put that video on the regular 50/50 page, because then when you send out, because everybody gets their own donor key, which you guys already know, but some of the other callers might not. Everyone gets their own donor key. So when you give somebody your donor link, it already has your donor key. So if your donor key is 12345, it'll be 12345.5050, and when a person clicks join, it automatically populates with your donor key. So yeah, I'll get that other video on there. What should I do with the other one that's on there? Do we need
Well, it wouldn't hurt. You could have both of them on there
good.
because they're a little bit different. But I think this one is a simpler explanation of the program. I don't know. I might ask some of the other people.
Well, I think you're right. It explains the system perfectly well. Like, I mean, there's not too many. You shouldn't have any other questions after.
Right. What were you going to say, Michael?
I like the one you just showed. I thought that was very colorful and like you said, self-explanatory.
Right. Yeah. I favor it over the other one.
I do too.
So I got some other guests on to say hello for a minute. We got Judy. Judy, unmute yourself and tell us where you're from. Unmute yourself right quick.
Judy Shepherd?
Yeah. Unmute yourself, Judy. Let me see if I can unmute you right quick.
Yeah, pardon?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Sorry.
Okay, we can see you now.
Where you? Wait a minute. Hold on. Okay. Wait a minute. You muted yourself back out. Unmute yourself again. Hold on. Let's see.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Right. I'm from Barbados.
Awesome. And also we get
places.
Yeah. Yes.
One of the things that I have found is that in the other system, Barbados is not listed as a country for payout.
That's interesting. I'll make sure that I put it in there, because we definitely pay out to Barbados. As a matter of fact, the corporation is set up in Barbados.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, but it's not there, listed there as a country.
That's okay. Just send an email through to support. We'll make sure that it's in there.
Okay. All right.
Awesome. And
we do pay out to Barbados.
Awesome.
Okay.
And thanks for coming on. You see the impact you had when you show up. That's awesome. And we got another gentleman down there on the Galaxy S8. Hey there, how you doing?
I think that might be Steve Craig, and he called me right before and said he doesn't have a microphone. Is that
okay?
Right?
Awesome.
Just put a thumbs up, Steve, if that's you. Can you hear us? Steve, do you hear us? Put a thumbs up. If you're the Galaxy S8, Steve Craig, is that you on the Galaxy S8?
Okay, I don't think he can hear us.
Okay.
All right, so I just want to acknowledge everybody. Guys, and now I'm going to take you to the back office. I'm going to take you over to the back office, okay? And we're going to walk through the back office and look at, the inside, the back office of your management portal, okay? So let me screen share.
That's the most important part, right?
Yes, sir. All right, so as you see right here, everybody see my screen?
Yes.
And you see Earl's name up there, right? So when you use your donor key, it'll have your name up across the top there.
Tell the new people what the donor key represents for them.
The donor key is what you use when you're inviting new people, so that it identifies you as the person that did the inviting. Everyone who comes into 50/50, they need to have an inviter. So they need to have your donor key. So instead of them having to remember it, as you can see across the top there, you just put it across the top. You got 2463.5050fast.com. So that identifies Earl. When you put your donor key on there, that identifies them. Put the join us button there, Earl.
All right, here we go.
You see right there where it says donor key automatically populates your donor key. So they don't have to remember anything. So that's why you want to include your donor key when you send people there. You don't want to just send them to 50-50. Send them with your donor key and to 50-50. All right, let's go back to the front page so we can log in.
All right. On our way back. All right, I'm going to click log in right here, y'all. All right, log in. All right, scroll down.
You can see there, we've got over 650,000 paid members around the world. And that's based on the System G, which is the Mobius Loop technology.
All right, awesome.
Wow, can we put that on our 350,000 members already? That might get interest right there.
Can you do what?
Can we, and we send an email, can we mention that, how many members are?
Of course, like, I mean, yeah, man, because and by the way, there's been well over, as a matter of fact, it's been a couple of years since I counted well, not counted, but checked to see what the donations, but we've got well over 2 million donations sent and received. And that is awesome.
Oh yeah, that's great.
Right, over 2 million donations. And the beautiful part about this is that there's no company, there's no middleman, so we all conduct the activity ourselves, right? And over 97% of the donations that were sent have actually been received, because when people join the system, they don't want to leave, right? And the system automatically suspends people if they don't send their donation. So when they get suspended, they, oh, I better send my donation. So they send their donation. Now this is a back office. Now look at how cool and how clean this is, right? So it's very clear. It's very precise. The first thing we want to do, Earl, is let's take a look at my wealth center.
Okay.
And go to the receiving centers and see your open receiving centers.
Okay.
Now you see there, you know exactly what's happening, everything that happens. So the next person that joins Earl's team is going to go to that empty spot. When that happens, this particular matrix will go to his closed matrices, which Earl doesn't have any yet. This will be his first. That'll go to his closed matrices. Then he'll have a brand new one, and all 6 of those positions will say they'll be empty. And then the next person that Earl brings, he leaves the donation. So, for example, when Sheryl came in there, she landed on Earl's first level. Sheryl sent Earl a donation, and she sent me a donation because I invited Earl, and he landed on my first level. When Kenneth came in, Kenneth sent Earl a donation and me a donation, and that made Earl even in this system forever. Forever, right? He's now even in the system forever. So those 3 donations that are on the bottom level there, that's gravy, that's profit. Right? So he's in the black already, and it's only been a couple of days. So Earl is so far, he's received $375 in donations there, which is super, super cool. And as you see there, it says on the left-hand side, it says amount sent 150, and then over there it says amount received 375. So it gives you a running total of everything, of all of your donations that you're receiving over the period of time. Okay, let's go back to the receiving center. Actually, hit the home page. So this is really cool. So if you click on donations to send, go ahead and click that, the number 1. You see there? Now, Earl had 2 donations to send, and he was supposed to send them on the 9th. He sent them both, and they both got marked received. So the people that he was supposed to send the donations to, one was to me because I invited him, and you always get half. The other one went to a person in Panama, and that person marked it received. So when it tells you the send date, and it tells you the receive date. So when I marked it received, it said the date that I marked to receive. So we have a perfect accounting of everything that happens with those donations. No middleman, no company, no one holding on to your money till all 6 positions are filled. As soon as somebody comes in, that donation is immediately split in 2, helping 2 people immediately. So every donation that comes in is helping 2 people. So that's really awesome. All right, let's go back to the home page, please.
All right.
All right, you see the next one's down. Now click on that donations received. So this particular one, this is for donations not yet marked received. So now go to the Wealth Center.
All right. I go to Wealth Center. Okay.
Go down to donations. And bottom one, donations marked received.
Okay.
So there you go. There's all the donations that Earl has received. And as you can see the sent date and you can see the received date. So it's really awesome.
Wow.
So everything is right there for us all to see and keep perfect track of. Now let's go back to the home page, please, Earl.
All right.
And now go down to number 3, donations received methods. So this is a really cool part about this system. We don't have to talk to people, and we don't have, like if we're laying on the beach and we're having fun, and somebody sends you all of a sudden get an email and it says you received another donation, we don't have to worry about picking up the phone and calling that person because they're going to click on the gift ID number and it's going to say, well, if I'm sending a donation to Earl, Earl's got PayPal back there and he's got the Google Wallet. And you can put as many different options as you have back there. If you got PayPal, if you got Bitcoin, you got Google Wallet, you got Ethereum, whatever the options are, you can put them all there. And that way, when the person needs to send you a donation, they just click on the gift ID number, as I mentioned, and it tells them how to send that donation. When they send it, Earl gets an email. Then he logs into his back office and marks it received. So it's pretty crystal clear. It's all straightforward, easy to understand.
And also, I was able to put a note in there,
right?
You know, that says, well, you know, when it's time for you to pay me, call me. If you have any questions, let me know you're sending me that payment so I can click you off.
Right. In mine, I just say send me an email, but you can put whatever you want there. You know, and if a person does, and it's good, what Earl put in there is kind of good as well, because if a person says, well, I don't have PayPal and I don't have Google Wallet, then they can send Earl an email or call him and say, well, do you have Bitcoin? And he can say, yeah, I got Bitcoin. So then you can put your Bitcoin account in there.
Wow, thank you. Yeah, I love that. I love that.
Right. Lots of people have Bitcoin accounts.
Awesome.
And here's something else about people with Bitcoin accounts. They got Bitcoin in there, but nothing to do with it.
Yeah, there you go.
Right?
There you go. Yeah.
They can send you a donation.
Yeah. Awesome.
All right, so let's go back to the home page, please.
Okay.
All right, so then the next one, number 4, there's your link there, so you know what your link is. It's there, and it's also across the top as well.
Okay.
And if you click on number 5, where it says your personal invitees, so those are people that you personally invited. So you can see all of the people. That list obviously is going to grow. In my original system, I had, I think, 102 or something like that people that I personally invited. So it gives you a list of all the people that you personally invited so that you can communicate with them, keep them excited, send them emails, and just let them know you care.
Awesome.
So let's go back to the front page there, home page. And personal guests. Click on that, please, Earl.
Okay.
So this is a rather interesting one as well. And the reason why this is interesting is there are times where a person would they'd go to the registration page and they'd get ready to pay, but then all of a sudden, you know, they called away for dinner or something else took them away. You'll see their names in there as a pending donor, someone who's gone through the entire process but hasn't paid. You can call them up and say, hey, listen, I noticed you visited my site because it gives you the date yesterday at 2:30. What happened? How come you didn't pay? Right? And you can say, so that you understand, you don't have to go through the whole registration process again. Just go to 5050fast.com, go to member login, put your email address in there and put your password in there, And when you log in, it'll tell you how to pay. So that's an awesome link, because that lets you know, what's going on with your system and who hasn't paid. So, you send someone to your site and they say, well, I went to the site, but I didn't pay. You can tell that, you can see them right in that spot there.
Awesome.
And obviously, again, that list is going to grow as you continue to get busy with it. So that's really the whole system. As you can see, there's nothing intimidating about it, nothing difficult about it. You can't break anything. Don't be afraid to click on the links. However, the one link that you don't want to click on until you've actually received the donation is you don't want to click donation received if you haven't got it yet. Because as your activity continues to grow, you'll get a little confused. You'll forget who sent and who didn't send, and you don't want to get into an argument. The other thing is that if you click a person received, they can say, well, I already sent it, right? So, for the most part, we're dealing with honorable people here, so they wouldn't do that. But just for accounting records, and so forth, don't mark them received until you actually received it.
Wow. Awesome. All right. So at this time, is there anybody on the panel that have a question that you want to ask about what you saw here right now so far?
I'm not sure if this is the right question, but I have some prospects, or what do you want to call them, on my Aweber. Can I send this to those people?
Yeah, of course. And what I would do, instead of sending them directly to 50/50, because if you send them directly to 50/50, some wise guys, they say, okay, well, just let me go to the link and see what it says, right? So that's why, with what Sheryl has there with the lead page, that's always a good idea. You want to send people to the lead page. Don't send them directly to 50/50, because sometimes when you send people directly to the site, they have a preconceived notion of what it's all about, and they say, no, that's not for me, right? So send them to a lead page, a capture page. And Earl, I'll send you some of the ones that I put together. I put together some really cool ones, and you'll be able to share that with your teammates. And I'll show you how to do that all from one site. You can set up 500 lead pages with all from this one site. And so you got 500 teammates. You can give them all their own page working within your system, which is really cool. So I'll show you how that works. And yeah, so it's pretty straightforward. So yeah, share it with your teammates. We also have some postcards. I've created a lot of postcards so that you can share on social media and stuff like that. I'll get those off to you as well, and at some point I'll get them in the back office so that you can just click it from the back office. But yeah, we'll provide you a bunch of stuff that you can send and share, Michael, and you're gonna have a lot of fun doing this.
Okay, awesome. Okay, there was a question. Okay, Adam, is Adam back, Miss Sheryl?
Yeah, he wants to know what happened to
David. David's here. Yeah. Miss Sheryl, you can unmute. You muted.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Adam, David's here. He's the one who's talking. He and Earl are talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, Adam.
All right. So yeah,
straightforward, Earl. So let me just talk about the co-op crowd fund for a moment, because that 50/50 is so straightforward. Oh, and here's a couple of things. So in 50/50, it is global. So it doesn't matter if you know somebody in Tanzania, somebody in Texas, Tokyo, Toronto, Timbuktu, or if you know the people that are on the space station, they got an internet connection as well. Send them an email, right? So anybody, anywhere in the world can do this with an internet connection. As a matter of fact, even people without an internet connection can do this, because if you have a friend who doesn't have an internet connection, you can help them with the 50/50 crowdfunding system. Something else about this is we are crowdfunding. Crowdfunding. We're not gifting. We're not a pyramid. We're not a Ponzi. We are crowdfunding. And if anybody wants to know whether crowdfunding is legal, have them ask Mr. Google or President Barack Obama. Because President Barack Obama raised $500 million using crowdfunding, and that's how he got elected president.
Wow.
So crowdfunding, and Shaquille O'Neal, he raised a bunch of money using crowdfunding to get his kung fu video game out called Shaq Fu. So he used crowdfunding for that. Crowdfunding you can use to raise money for anything. If you if you're a pretty woman like Sheryl and you want a new Louis Vuitton purse, someone's going to give you the money. If you want a case of beer, someone's going to give you the money. And the beautiful thing about our crowdfunding system, and that's for both of them, as opposed to other crowdfunding systems, people have to like you, and they have to like what you're raising money for. So you can have 1,000 friends who really, really like you. But if you tell them that you're raising money because you want to pay off your mortgage, they're going to say, David, you know, you're a cool dude. I really like you quite a bit, but I got my own mortgage to pay. Right? In this system, they'll say, I'll say I'm raising $500,000 because I want to pay off my mortgage. Is there anything that you need money for or want money for? Right? So it doesn't matter what I'm raising funds for, because I can help you raise funds as well. So that's why we're a cooperative. The other thing about this system is that unlike other systems, you need to know hundreds of people. If you need to raise, say, $42,000 to pay off your student loan, you got to have a lot of friends. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to pay off your student loan. In co-op crowdfund, you know, it's a longer process, but you can have as few as 3 friends, and you can have all of your student loans paid off. In 50-50, as few as 2 friends who duplicate can have you get that student loan paid off, right? So you don't have to have a lot of people. And if you're smart, you'll put your head down, you'll get busy with it, you'll make a list that's this long of everybody that you know, and don't judge anybody, because, you know, don't think that somebody won't do this, right? Because those are probably the people that will. Yeah. So just send them all a message. Hey, I joined 50-50, or I joined co-op crowdfund because I'm raising funds to help my church, or I'm raising funds to help my favorite charity, or I'm simply raising funds because I want to take my wife on a trip around the world. Yeah. Right? So send it off to people, let them know that you can help them. So it's really awesome. It's pretty easy. And the last thing, or the last 2 things with other crowdfunding systems, is that you got to have good business skills. Because if you don't have good business skills and you don't have a good dictation on the telephone, you're not going to get people to say yes to you, to your donation. In 50-50, you don't need to have any business skills. And you don't even have to talk to anybody on the phone. And the last thing is that with the other systems, one person gets all the money. In 50-50 and in co-op crowdfund, we're a cooperative. We spread the wealth. We all get to fund our dreams. And here's something else that's really cool about 50-50. You send a person to the site, like Sheryl just showed there. You tell them to watch, like if I'm inviting Earl, okay, and I'm telling Earl that I'm, you know, raising $42,000 to pay off my student loan, Earl says, well, that's awesome. Tell me about it. I'm going to say no. I'm going to send him to the site. I'm going to say, watch the video, read the FAQs. And if Earl has any more questions, when I call him back in 15 minutes, I say, well, you didn't watch the video good enough, so go back and watch it again. Mm-hmm. Right? Because it does all of the explaining for us. So we don't have to do the explaining. You don't have to do what we're doing on this call right now. We're doing this because we love each other, and we love the camaraderie. Yeah. You can just send people to the site and tell them to watch the movie. Now, co-op crowdfund. I'm not going to spill any beans right now, but co-op crowdfund, we're getting ready to make a couple of really awesome changes tomorrow. And we've got a call at 9 o'clock that you'll want to be on. And I know that you'll love the changes that we're getting ready to make there, because, again, it's all for our benefit. And so that's going to be at 9 o'clock tomorrow. So I'm not going to say too much about it, but the system is going to remain the same. Register, send a donation to the person who invited you, and help over a dozen other people. Help 3 or more so that they can send a donation, teach duplication, sit back, drink pina coladas, watch your donations grow. Right? So it's a pretty easy system, pretty straightforward. So that's it for me at this point, Earl. You know, Look at this. I've been talking now for 55 minutes. You can't shut me up.
Well,
So
we want to.
I'm going to get off. I'm going to get off the line unless
Okay.
anybody's got any questions, and I'm going to hand it over to you because you're a superstar.
Well, thank you, guys. I want everybody just kind of to thank Mr. Rosen for coming here. First of all, I want to thank you for being creative. Your creative thought process to put such a great system into play, because I see how so many different market segments of people who are in need.
Yes.
And I've been in business since 1982. And how often can you open up a business? I want everybody to get this. How often can you how often can you pay for a franchise? Huh? Open up your doors and have just 2 customers. They come in and it takes care of your franchise fee. How often can you do that? Most businesses don't even make profit until they're in business at least 3 years. Show a profit, at least 3 years. So I'm totally excited about this program. I'm totally excited about the idea that the money goes directly to the people. Yeah. So thank you for creating this baby and coming on and being transparent. And that's what makes us love you and also this program. Anybody else got any questions for Mr. Rosen Lee?
That's what I love.
No, just want to say thank you for coming.
My pleasure. Thank you. That's what I love, Earl. When no one has any questions, because we've done such a good job explaining it, and you're welcome, Miss Judy, and we look forward to some big things from you.
Okay, so I've got a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Do you have, if you're introducing someone to this, do they have to be also a member of either the 10 or 25 or 100 euro CCF program?
No, not at all.
They're
They're two separate programs.
Okay. All right, great.
And let me just and that's a great question, because they're 2 separate programs, and we have both programs because they both serve 2 separate needs.
Thank you.
Right? 50-50, if you got a $150 telephone bill that needs to be paid by Friday or they're turning it off, you go and invite 2 people into 50-50, boom. You got that $150 in your pocket, and you can pay your telephone bill. So the beautiful thing about 50-50 is it puts money in your pocket, boom, right now. And I'm going to give you an example.
Mm-hmm.
And the example I'm going to give you is there's Earl on the phone right there. I called Earl. I don't know what time it was. It was at night. I called Earl. I said, I told him about 50-50. He says, I'm in. So we registered Earl right then and there.
Yeah.
Said, please take care of it for me, and I did.
Mm-hmm.
And about 7 minutes later, I don't even think it was 7 minutes. I think it was like 5 minutes later.
Yeah.
5 minutes later, I called him back. I said, you've already made $255.
Yeah.
He said, what? It's only been 5 minutes, because Sheryl joined.
Yeah.
So he got a $75 donation, and he got a $125 donation because he joined the 50 and the 250.
That's right.
Sorry, a 75 and a 150. 75 and a 125 donation because he joined the 2 systems. So before he even had a chance to understand what the system was all about or log into his back office, he had almost all of his money back. Because he came in at 375, he had not 225, he had $200 back, boom, just like that.
Yes.
Before the day was out, he had all of it back.
Okay, so you can join one. You can join one of the 3, or you have to join.
All right, I think Sam is talking about co-op crowdfunding when he said no.
I'm talking about 50-50.
No, you can join the 50.
Either or.
Standalone by itself. It's all by itself. It's like our.
You're saying 50, but you mean 150, don't you?
Okay,
Yeah,
let me ask my question.
Go ahead.
With the 50-50, do you sign up for the 150?
If you register in the 150, it's a standalone system. There's not a one. the 250. It's a standalone system. It's like our lead program to get people to go into the higher levels. Now, in the 50-50 CF, we got a 250, we got a 500, and we got a 1,000. You cannot start on the 500 without going in the 250, right? So you can go into the 250 and the 500. Now, you can also start on the 250 because the 250, 500, and the 1,000, that's another standalone. So it's by itself. So you don't have to go into 150. You can start right at 250, right? So they're two separate systems, and now they talk to one another. So if you register in the 150, like for example, right now, Earl's already in the 250. So if you, and so is Sheryl. So if you join the 250, boom, you follow them, you'll have the same login information, it'll just be a different site.
Okay.
So your team will follow them, or sorry, you will follow them and your team will follow you.
Okay. So if you started the 250 and somebody comes into your team at the 150, you're still getting that 50-50.
No, you're not getting anything because you're not on that level.
You're not on the 150. So you have to be on that level in order to, okay. No problem.
Right. Now
I haven't had a chance to look at any of this because I just came back from, well, Sheryl and Earl kind of have an idea, but yeah, I'm going to take a look at it. I was watching your video.
It's a pretty awesome system. Now let me share something else with you. So
Mm-hmm.
let's say that Earl registers on the 250. He invites me, and because at this particular moment maybe I'm a little more flush than Earl is, so I go in the 250, I go in the 500, and I go in the 1,000. Now in most systems, people are going to be upset because they think that they're going to lose me in those higher levels. But here's the beauty about this system, and this is what 16 years worth of experience puts into the system. When Earl moves up into the 500, the next time that I cycle back in under Earl, and I bring my team back in under him. When Earl moves up into the 1,000, I cycle back in under Earl, and I bring my team back in up under him. So if you don't have the wherewithal right now to get into those higher levels, don't stress yourself, because you don't want to take your rent money on the hope that something's going to happen, right? So don't stress yourself in doing something that you can't afford. Now, here's something else that's really awesome about this too, because it just blows my mind. Like, I mean, all right, so I created the system with God's help, but this part blows my mind. If I join the system right now, let's say Earl and I are looking at the system. We're looking at it together on this conference call right now. We're looking at it together. And because I invited Earl, I say, Earl, listen, I'm joining. Earl says he's joining. I already got half my money back. Because when I join and Earl joins, I got half of my money back already. So one, and I already got half. Right? So things happen really, really quick. And here's something else, boy, oh boy, because there's so many good things in it. So you get help from the people that are above you, and you get help from the people that are below you, right? So let's say that I invite Earl, and let's say I know 6 people. So Earl's the first person I invite, so he goes in that number 1 spot. Then I invite Sheryl. Sheryl goes in that number 2 spot. Then I invite 4 more people. Earl's got 2 people under him. Cheryl's got 2 people under her. And before they have a chance to do anything, they're even.
Wow.
Because even if you didn't invite the people, if they fall into your matrix, you receive a donation. So that's how beautiful this system is. No company, no rules, no qualifications. Just get busy with it and have fun.
Awesome. And how many of you guys know at least 2 people that need some money?
All right,
Awesome.
I'm getting off the line here. Thank you.
Thank you, David.
Judy's got a question.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Question.
Yeah, go ahead.
If I join at the $150 level and someone joins at the $1,000 level, do I still get that donation?
You don't get the donation, but if you give, and a person can't join at the 1,000, so they'd have to come in the 250, the 500.
Okay, let's say they join at the 250 level.
Right.
Do they get half of their 250 donation?
You won't right now, but if you give them your donor key, when you move up into the 250, then that person will cycle in under you. So you might only lose them for one cycle.
So where does that 250 go? Maybe half of that 250 go. Who
Okay,
does that go to?
100% of every donation always goes out, right? So if let's say Sheryl invited you and that person would fall into Cheryl's matrix, Sheryl would get half, and let's say Earl is the person that's above Sheryl, so Earl would get the other half.
Oh.
Right? So it always, there's no middleman and no company, so the donations are always given out.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
But you have to be in the low donation level yourself to get the donation. The
Right.
half.
But what she was saying is what happens if somebody goes into a higher level, then, and let's say that it was a person that you invited, then they would land in your matrix, you'd get half, and the person above you would get half.
All right, let me just say one last thing here. You
Sure.
can be in all three levels and get donations from all three levels, but they're separate entities.
You know what? You guys are going to keep me here all night. So this is something else that's so super, super cool. So if you're on the 150, the 250, the 500, and the 1,000, on any given day, at any given second of any given day, you can get a donation of $75. 2 minutes later, you can get a donation of $500. 3 minutes later, you can get a donation of $250. So you are in all of those levels simultaneously. And depending on the size of your team, you know, people are cycling at all different intervals. And every time they cycle, you're getting half.
Wow.
So yeah, listen, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say it not because I'm trying to motivate or get you to do something, but there have been several people that have received over $20,000 in a single afternoon using this system.
And it's possible. You can do it.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Like let's say you're at 1750, right? And you invite 10 people, there's 10 grand. And if they invite one person each, there's another 10 grand. When I say 1750, that's the 250, 500, and 1,000, right? So people come in, that's 17 grand. 10 people come, 1,700. 5 people come in, or 10 people. Anyways, you get what I'm saying, right?
Hey, guys. There's a lot of, hey, guys, listen, it's amazing because, you know, you get in where you can fit in. That's number one. Okay, and we starting our journey on the 150 for those who want to get started, and for those who we're already on the 250, Miss Sheryl and I. Okay, so my goal is to be able to move on up. Okay, but guys,
like the Jeffersons.
It's open. Yeah, you can be as successful with this and make as much money as you want to, and you don't have to wait on nobody. Now, what we do when you're in an environment like this, if you really have a lot of respect for your upline, it's okay to call me and say, Earl, say, look, just got an extra check in the mail today.
Right.
Okay, got an extra check in the mail today, and I just want to know as a courtesy, are you going to that $500 level? Okay, you can do that. And I said, man, you know what? I just got a check in the mail today. Okay, so let's do this. And if I didn't get a check, and you go over there, eventually, I'm going to follow, you're going to end up following me back through.
And think about this, Earl. So when you move up, when that person gives you that courtesy call and says you're moving up into the 500 level, you're only paying $250.
Wow.
Because that person's giving you half.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. You get that, Steve? You get that, Mike?
I got it.
Guys, listen, I mean, this is amazing. It's like having several franchises within itself. Okay? And because of this gentleman right here, this well-known secret, I don't know why they've been hiding you for all,
Listen,
you know.
In my first system, we had almost 1 million people in there. Sometimes I'd be walking down the street, true story. I'd be walking down the street and I'd hear there'd be 2 people right beside me talking about my system, how great it is, and they don't even know it's me.
It's amazing, man. It's amazing.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. So I encourage.
I'm getting off the line. You guys are awesome. Any other questions you have? No question is too small. No question is stupid. So any question at all, send it through to Earl, send it through to Sheryl. They know how to get a hold of me, and I'll answer it for you so that, because you don't want to be wondering something, right? Like you guys have already asked several questions, and you might have thought that they weren't, reasonable questions, but then all of a sudden you got an answer, and it was always a good answer. So whatever your questions are, make sure that you ask them, and we'll get them answered for you. Earl, you're a superstar.
Yep.
Cheryl, nice to see you again. And the rest
David,
of the gang.
David, before you leave, real quick.
Yes,
Have a good evening.
you got it, man. All right.
It's morning for me here in Japan, but have a good evening wherever you are.
My pleasure, sir. Thank you. All right.
Awesome.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you.
Good night, David. Thanks again.
Thank you. All right, so guys, thank you again. I just want to take a minute and talk about the global economy in which we're working in. I'm gonna go back to the grid right quick. Let me go back to the grid. Okay, so I just want to talk about the global economy. I'm in North Carolina. Okay, everybody, I just want to say, I want each person to go around and say where you are. Okay, talk across. Sammy, tell them where you at again.
I'm in Yamagata.
Okay, Michael.
I'm in Port Huron, Michigan.
You're in where?
Port Huron, Michigan.
All right, Miss Cheryl.
Las Vegas, Nevada.
Miss Judy.
Barbados.
Wow. Marion.
Yeah, Dallas.
Wow. Who said Dallas?
Steve
Must-
Craig, right, Steve? Dallas?
That's me. Yes.
Yay!
Oh, that was Steve?
That was Steve.
Wow. Marion, come on, Marion. Where you at, girl? Unmute yourself.
Marion's muted.
Yeah.
You might need to unmute everybody
okay.
so they can.
All right, Marion. Well, tell them where you from.
Halifax, Virginia.
Fairfax, Virginia. Okay, Mr. Barrett. Let me unmute you. Let's see. Can you unmute yourself, Mr. Barrett? You're muted.
Brooklyn, New York.
Brooklyn, New York is in the house. Mr. Dexter.
I'm in Brooklyn, New York as well.
Wow. Guys, listen.
Hey, Adam is from Long Island, New York.
Adam is from Long Island, New York. Listen, got all of these.
Jerome we got more people on here. Jerome, where are you from? Can you unmute yourself?
Wow.
Can you unmute?
Let me see if I can unmute Jerome. Let's see. Let's see more. Let's see right here. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Did I unmute him? Hey, Jerome.
Jerome, where are you from?
He's still.
Yes, he's unmuted.
Oh, maybe he stepped away. And then iPhone. Is that Yvette?
Yvette, is that you?
He's muted.
Let's see.
We showed her how to put her name, or you put her name in. Don't know.
Let's see.
Unmute.
Hey, is that you, Yvette?
Don't worry about that. Yeah, just unmute me.
So tonight, what I'm gonna do?
What about me?
Andy, we got about 6 people up here from New York. Wow, you guys are taking over, man. Wow. That is truly awesome. New York has really showed up. Guys, I don't know if you guys knew that. I mean, I didn't know it was 6 people here from New York. That's truly amazing. But I just want to show you guys how we're global. And we're truly operating in a global economy right now. I was doing an invite tonight. And my heart was touched as I began to reach out to social media. Guys, I'm going to tell you something. The way I'm sharing this program, I'm looking for broken people. Don't take this the wrong way. I'm looking for broken believers. So I'm looking for someone who really need this program, who believes that they can tap in here and go find 2 other broken people who believe and want to be fixed and bring them here. Guys, I'm telling you, we sit on a gold mine. We're literally sitting on a gold mine.
The key word is believe.
Believers. I'm looking for believers. Like I did social media today. I said, listen, some people are going to show up tonight, some people are not. But I'm looking for people who believe that they really need a break and they really need something that could really bring them out. I mean, I'm going to be honest. You saw the back office. It's $375 over there. Okay? It's over there. And that just shows you it can be done. So I encourage you guys, do me a favor. Do not prejudge anybody. Okay? Anybody. Just go to them and say, listen, we know you've been through. I'm looking for some folks who've been through something who say, listen, I need an opportunity to make myself some quick money and be able to help somebody else make some quick money. That's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for the millionaires. Okay? I'm looking for normal people who got some bills they want to pay and need a break, and we can take this system and show them that money can be made out of this system. That's what I'm looking for. Okay? So when you share it, go there with that in mind. And we can lock arms with people all around the globe. We got Barbados with Judy. Judy, how many people you know in Barbados that can use an extra $350 next week?
Quite a few.
Do you know at least 2? Wait a minute. Do you know at least 2?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so listen, don't be there no for them. Do not be there no for them. Okay?
Do not be the what?
Do not be there no.
Okay. Don't think they're going to say no. Don't prejudge.
Oh, okay, all right.
Don't prejudge.
Do not be there no. Listen, guys, I'm not gonna go too deep, but I'm a very spiritual person. I had a friend come to my business today. Hold on. I had a person come to my business today. A gentleman who went to college with me. Okay? And I need money this month to finish out the rest of my bills. And he called me and said, Earl, I said, what? He said, I'm bringing my car. I was in an accident. Guys, he was in 2 accidents, not 1. His car is not total loss, but he brought me 2 checks. He brought me one for $1,400 and one for $3,600. They said, Earl, why are you telling me that? Because God will use people to bless you. He uses people to bless you. And let me tell you something. We having these high and buys. I'm going to close with this. Some of you guys are praying for these blessings. And you're asking God to send it to you. And the people that's carrying your stuff to make you successful, you won't even talk to them. You walking right by him. And the only thing you got to do is say hello. It could be that your pipe's going to bust next week and you need a plumber and you just walk by your plumber. Huh? It could be that your water heater stopped working in your house, right? And the guy that's an electrician that can fix your water heater, because you having high and buys, you just walk right by and you will never be able to know that he was carrying the stuff to fix your hot water heater. Y'all understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just show some love for some folks and do like Sam Walton did at Walmart. He understood that everybody had a need. He took this great big old warehouse and made it pretty in the inside, and he put everything that he can think of that a person would need, and he just opened up the front door, and every day they just get there, they unlock it, and they just let you walk in and choose what you desire. We got 40, the 150, the 250. Okay, that's your toothpaste. Okay. 150 is your toothpaste. Okay. Your 250 is your toothbrush. Somebody gonna go to the beach. That's your skin cream. That's your 500. Somebody may need a cooler. That's your 1,000. Right? Right? And Judy may need a nice watch going on to keep up with time. That's your 1,000. And then we got a 2,000 and a 4,000 back there. Open up your store and let people see what you got with this program. Don't prejudge them. Ken, if you got something you want to say?
Yeah, what I wanted to ask is how quickly can we get those landing pages that David was talking about? Because I have a tendency to send out the link to sites as opposed to landing pages without great success. So I'm talking about in other programs. So those landing pages that he mentioned, I think would be helpful, and it's something that I think many of us need, because we're still talking about trying to reach out to individual friends, family members, people that we meet, and sharing this information with them. And that has been a challenge for some people, conveying the message to others. So we need the marketing material to help to.
Cheryl, let me ask you, Cheryl, is that ready for the page you have?
Well, the page that I have put together for people to share, it wouldn't be something that you would advertise with because it doesn't have your link on it.
Okay, Adam.
But you can use that to share with people that you know and give them your link. Now, the system that David Rosen is talking about, I think costs $50 a month. And if we belong to that
top, because they were way too busy filling their pockets. They were just too busy filling their pockets. And once their pockets were full, their business was sold, and you were left with nothing.
Yeah.
And those are the experiences I've had. Now, for me to sit here and watch David and listen to him, and in the end be able to throw him a teaser with the good night thing, throw him a teaser, hey, like when you stop somebody when they walk away, hey Earl, and Earl stops and walks all the way back, and you say, how you doing, man? So, but I mean, it's that alone is really valuable, I think. And, sometimes things don't go the way you would like for them to go. You can put a bunch of money into trying to market your thing, or for those that don't have a lot of money that are, like myself, stick to social media.
Yeah.
The page that Sheryl put together, you can put the link to that.
Yeah.
And then you can add your link. Yeah. You can add your number and say, hey, you can't sign up for this without this number. So you need to have this number. So when you go to if you want to go that route.
That's what I'm going to do.
Exactly.
That's exactly what I'm doing. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
You tell me, you can't sign up. This is not anybody sign up thing. You need to be introduced. You need to be brought into this. So the only way for you to do it is, I'm giving you my number. Look at it. When you ask for the number, put this number in there and you're all set.
That's all I'm asking y'all to do.
And you can use that page.
Exactly.
I did that myself already. I sent the Power Team link and
that's all
and 50/50 link. But now the question I have is, when you go to the Teamelite Power Team, do you have to register there again? Would I have to?
No. What that registration is to be on our email list.
Yeah.
As a member of our team to get notifications of the different meetings that we have. Mm-hmm. When I send out an email or broadcast to remind you of the meetings we have.
But I didn't see where to register though.
Well, there's a page there. It says register for the team. Let me pull up just a minute before we break here.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, we're just trying to build our network and expose them to what we do on that page.
Okay, this is the site now.
Right.
Okay, so we have everything listed here now. We have 50/50 crowdfunding, co-op crowdfunding, the 3 donation levels. We have the Spanish video. Everything that says CCF is all about co-op crowdfunding, okay? That was our flagship program. And the traditional crowdfunding page is still there. Join co-op crowdfund, that was when we were doing our marketing thing, and if people saw some of our stuff out there, didn't have a sponsor, they can request to join our team on something. And this would be for people who are not members of anything that would fill out this form, and we would have a team member update, get a hold of them. Team updates. This is the link that I'm talking about that you would register to be on our mailing list. Okay. That's not joining anything but our mailing list, information and updates.
Oh, I see.
Okay. On the Zoom meeting schedule, I have put the schedule for all of the programs. Now, the only ones that Teamelite is conducting themselves are for Co-op Crowdfund and 50/50. Otherwise, it tells you who the presenters are for all of these programs. I would encourage each of you to go check these programs out and attend a presentation so you know what they're offering you.
Every one of them, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, every one of them. Just check them out.
Back to the person who introduced you to Co-op Crowdfund to see if they belong to these programs, if you have any intention of joining them. If not, then come to me or Earl, whoever is your upline in that particular case. But find out what these programs are all about. Yeah. They're incredible. Many of you know TBC and are members of TBC, but that, we have our meeting. I've been doing meetings for that one every Tuesday night for a year. And we have Was Up Global, which a lot of us began together with that program. I still have yet to put a page together for that because I have got time to do that page yet. I
that's okay.
This page yesterday, but that information will be up there. But here is
tomorrow night at 9 o'clock for people who want to know about What's Up Global. I'm gonna be doing a Zoom tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. Wednesday night at 9 o'clock for that.
Okay. And then Thursday night is Carrot Bars or Skyways, and then Team Elite. Our Thursday night meeting from now on is going to be an introduction discussion of all of these programs, just to let you know if you have questions about any particular one. It'll be a roundtable discussion, introduction of overall business opportunities.
And I want to say something, Ms. Sheryl. Guys, listen to me very carefully. I've learned, Ms. Sheryl, I know you're going to get me. I'm a half 100 years old, and I know Kenny is older, and I know Miss Sheryl, and I know Andy too. But let me tell y'all something. I done figured out in that half 100 years that I don't have to know everything. But if I know somebody who knows something I don't know, I can benefit. Perfect example. I got to give them an example. So Miss Sheryl shared this program with me called Skyway, the future of transportation. I'm going to tell y'all, okay? And this program right here, these guys started, this gentleman came up with this idea in 1978 that he was going to do futuristic transportation. And he put this business model together, okay? And he started with this idea that, listen, look at that drone, man. That's a drone, okay? That's a drone. He put this idea together. He gonna offer futuristic transportation, and they put this concept together, and they put the business model together. And 4 years ago, they evaluated our business portfolio and said our pre-IPO shares, and said we're gonna hit the London Stock Exchange about $1 a share. Hold on. Since then, this company is now worth 400. Listen, they evaluated us at $1 a share. This company now is worth $400 billion. We got a transportation park with 10 different transportation systems where countries can come and go there to shop to see which transportation system they want for their country. Dubai is in the process right now of buying the very first transportation system in Dubai. And guys, we're going public real soon.
So break ground on that next month, and that'll be the first built. And once they actually build a system in the first city, then it's Katie, watch the doors.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you something. I'm so excited because if you come in and get some shares, I bought 20,000 shares for $300. Guys, your shares, we got one system that we're gonna offer we're gonna be selling tickets to people in the country, and every time there's a ticket, so we get dividends back to our shares.
Say that again, Earl?
They're building a transportation system for a country, and they're gonna put this rail.
For what country?
Well, Judy's in this, but you haven't been to a presentation for a while, have you?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
Lots of things have happened, so.
Yeah, right. I understand. I hadn't been to one for quite some time, but I listened to one this week, and I got Earl on there too. But
yeah. Go ahead, Ms. Sheryl.
What has been happening? Tell me.
Anyway, when people start writing these transport systems as they build them, it's like the bus system. You buy a ticket to ride the bus, right?
Right.
Every time somebody buys a ticket to ride these transport systems, or a company using them to deliver their freight, we get dividends.
Yeah.
The shareholders get dividends.
Oh.
Yeah. Not only that, they ready. Listen, there are countries that's looking at our transportation system that's gonna be a remote cities, that the only way you can get to them is through having a rail system to get to like islands, and they're gonna build cities on the islands, and we're actually gonna get dividends from the cities that they're gonna build.
Yeah, I don't have a picture of that on here.
And we're gonna get dividends from the transportation system, taking them to the city. And listen, people who come in now, before we finish, before we go public, and you buy shares now, you get dividends on every product we offer through every system that's created.
How soon did you say we're looking to go public?
Well, we don't have a date for that, but they're breaking ground on building the first actual system in a city next.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, I see.
We're still selling out our pre-IPO shares. We're in step 12, and there's 15 steps to the end of this pre-IPO.
Yeah.
So we're still in the development stages of. I mean, we're both so excited about this project after we went to the last seminar there.
Yeah,
look, wait a minute. Let me tell her.
I'm excited about this one.
Let me tell y'all something. Step 11, phase 11, they had X number of shares where you can go. So each phase, they're selling shares. Phase 11, somebody came and bought everything. A millionaire came and bought the whole phase.
That's what's wrong, see?
Bought the whole. Huh?
Yeah, that's what they shouldn't allow.
Yeah.
That's what
but here's how it works. There's so many shares available in each phase. Okay.
But he bought everything.
He bought everything.
One guy.
Well, we want the shares to sell as soon as all the shares are sold, we go public.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who owns them.
Yeah.
But that's why we're opening up our team, the Team Power Team, to introduce all of these things to everyone.
Everyone.
You need to know about these opportunities. You can buy shares for as little as $5 up to millions. Okay. If you got $1 million, you would buy $1 million worth of these shares.
Yeah.
Okay. So somebody did. The point he's trying to make, when it went to phase 11, we were in.
Yeah.
Each time it goes up to the next phase, you get less shares for the amount of money you spend.
Yeah.
We were in the phase. We took advantage and came in at that phase. So the amount of shares we got is going to be